Assalamualaikum. So today I would like to explain about hazard, perils and loss. So the first one, hazard is a factor or activity that may cause or make the loss worse, such as a can of gasoline left outside of house door or a failure to regularly have the brake of a car checked. Meanwhile, for perils is a potential event or factor that can cause a loss, such as the possibility of a fire that could engulf a house. Meanwhile, loss is a fact or process that we will lose something because of the hazard.
This is a drain that is not closed in the premise area, which can cause customers to fall inside the drain. The perils is people who come to premise can fall into the drain because sometimes they do not realize there is a drain behind or next to them, and maybe they can fall into that drain, especially children who are not controlled by parents. In addition, an overcrowded premise can also be the reason for an accident on the drain. The loss is there was a slight accident or it can be severe and need to go to the clinic or hospital. The hazard is fan that not closed by its cover in the premise. This is maybe can threaten the safety of others in the premise. There is a possibility that the fan blade can fall or unplug, then hit people around there. This is very dangerous to others, especially kids. The street inside the premise is pothole and can create discomfort to customer or employees. For those who walk at pothole while hold the foot can fall. They are also can stumble and it is dangerous for all person to walk there. The employee also can affected because they want send food to customers and the food can fall. And then, the small forest areas in the premise area are likely to have wild animals and disturb customers. This problem can threaten the lives of customers in the premise, such as snakes or monkeys. Accidents occur or are life-threatening and have to be taken to hospital. The management need to responsible to cut down the forest so that the place is not occupied by wild animals.
The ceiling at this premise is leaking. When it's a rainy day, the rainwater will drip through the leaking ceiling and hit the floor. Due to the big hole in ceiling, the quantity of rainwater that will drip is a lot. This will cause people who work at this premise to slip and fall. The premise owner needs to identify what is the causes of the leaking. Then repair the ceiling with apply tar, silicone or cement on a hole or crack in the ceiling. Most of the seats in this premise have been separated from the steel chair, which has a sharp tips. If a child running or playing around this area then fall and hit that sharp tip, a serious injury can happen. The owner needs to replace all the damaged seat with the new one or throw the damaged seat. The sidewalk of this store is very high and close with dangerous thing, which is the big rock with sharp steel on it. This can cause a person to fall if they not be careful. As a solution, the premise owner need to install sidewalk barrier and throw away the dangerous object near the premise.
As you can see for the last picture show the cracked cement, so it can be damage to the customer who came to the premise because the cement can anytime broken or fall down, or the water came out from the cement. So as a owner, they need to fix the cement because it may injure their customer and it's not safe to customer came to their premise. As you can see for the second picture show the broken ceiling. It can be injured to the customer who came to the premise. Also, the owner of the premise also can injure. The damage can be water stain. Water will start to produce dark spot on your ceiling. There really isn't any pattern to the spot, but change in color on your ceiling let you know that there is an issue at hand. Other than that, ceiling cracks. If the ceiling begins to crack, it can be the start of a major problem. For the last picture, show the floor tile damage. It can be a damage to the customer who walked to the premise. The damage of the tiles, it can be particular on staircase and edge, represent a safety hazard. In particular, loose tiles or spell and broken corners may well cause accident and also look unattractive. In many cases, the damage is not caused by incorrect laying, but rather through the increased mechanical load. So the owner of premise need to repair before it can be anything happen to their customer.